Hello, I'm Ben. This session may be recorded and its confidentiality cannot be guaranteed. Please, do not share personal or sensitive information. How can I assist you?
Hi, Ben. I have a few questions about my employee health benefits.
Hi, I'm ready to help with your employee benefits questions. What would you like to know about?
I have Florida Blue high deductible plan paired with a tax-advantaged health savings account for qualified expenses. If it covers me and my wife at the non-wellness rate, and she has coverage available at her job, how much would come out of my paycheck?
Under the Florida Blue high deductible plan, if you cover yourself and your spouse at the non-wellness rate, and your spouse has coverage available at her job, there's a spousal surcharge. The non-wellness rate for employee plus spouse is about $374.29 per pay. With the spousal surcharge, it would go up to about $576.45 per pay. This is a general estimate based on the current plan details. Your actual amount may vary slightly, and HR or the official plan documents can confirm the exact amount. Does that help?
Yes, it does. Thank you. If I pick family high deductible plan, and as I said, I'm health savings tax exemption eligible, and my company puts money in, and I have already contributed about $3,000 this year, how much more can I still put in?
For family coverage on the high deductible plan in 2026, the total IRS limit is about $8,750 for the year. Now puts in about $1,700 for family coverage. If you've already contributed around $3,000, that means total contributions so far are about $4,700. So roughly, you could contribute about $4,050 more this year. Remember, this is a general estimate. An HR or a tax advisor can help confirm the exact amount based on your situation. Does that sound helpful?
Yes, it is. Thank you. I have a few more questions. If I go to the emergency room for something that is not preventive, and I am on a high deductible plan, am I paying a flat copay or a percentage? If so, how much?
For an emergency room visit under the high deductible plan, after you meet your deductible, you pay a percentage rather than a flat copay. That percentage is about 20% for in-network services. So once your deductible is met, you generally pay 20% of the covered costs for that emergency room visit. This is based on the current plan details, and the official plan documents will have the final word. Does that answer your question?
And what about prescriptions under the high deductible plan I have? For instance, how do generics versus brand name work at the pharmacy in this case? What's the coverage difference?
Sure. Under the high deductible health plan, for prescriptions, you first need to meet the deductible. After that, for in-network pharmacies, generic drugs, which are called Tier 1, usually have a set copay, about $10. Preferred brand name drugs, Tier 2, have a higher copay, around $50. Non-preferred brand drugs, Tier 3, typically aren't covered. So the key point is that you'll pay the full price until the deductible is met, and then the copays kick in for the covered tiers. Does that clarify things for you?
It does. One more. I work 40 hours a week, and earlier this year, I already used 6 weeks of my family and medical leave for my spouse. How many FMLA hours do I still have left out of the 12-week entitlement?
Let's break it down. A standard 12-week FMLA entitlement is roughly 480 hours if you work about 40 hours per week. Since you've already used 6 weeks, that's about 240 hours. So, subtracting that from the original 480 hours leaves you with an estimated 240 hours of FMLA remaining. Keep in mind, this is a general estimate. Your official FMLA balance would be confirmed by HR. Does that help?
Yeah, I see. Look, I have a health condition that makes some of my work difficult. How do I ask for a reasonable accommodation here?
If you're seeking a reasonable accommodation for a health condition, the best place to start is with the Human Resources Department. You'll need to submit a written request that describes your condition, how it affects your job, and the accommodation you're asking for. You may also need to provide medical documentation. The HR team will work with you through the process to find a solution that helps you perform your duties. Remember, House supports the ADA and will consider any reasonable accommodation that doesn't create undue hardship or compromise patient care and safety. If you'd like, I could arrange for someone from HR to give you a call and guide you through the next steps. Would that be helpful?
No, thank you.
Got it. If you need anything else in the future or have more questions, feel free to reach out. Take care.